Welcome back to the D4 channel. I am so sorry that we have been excommunicated from YouTube.
Variety of reasons.
Yeah. Thumbnail guy, you wanna know why we're excommunicated from
They don't need to know.
Just let us know that our thumbnail guy is a racerhead, but it's okay. He can't erase the D4 channel as hard as he tries.
It's still here.
Try.
Just see his face right now. If he was white, he'd be blushing right now. But we are back despite illnesses and vacations and life trying to get in the way. I'm so sorry we couldn't actually review Skeleton Crew, the whole show.
Well,
properly.
here we are for the whole shebang. You know, some people like that.
Some people do like that.
Yeah, they just like in one video.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a whole series review on the Skeleton Crew. And I was saying, I think I told Sydney or you or maybe somebody, I was like, it's ironic that a show that actually comes out with Star Wars that I actually like and life just got in the way and we couldn't review it.
Yeah, hilarious, isn't it? When Alkalite was there, bro, everything was fine. No one had to go do surgery. No one had to go somewhere else. And, you know?
Nope. And we're all good. Typical. Although, God bless the Acolyte, because it did give us a lot of our views and subscribers on the mutual hatred that we all shared.
Hatred always does get more views.
It does, but we're not going to be hating on the Skeleton Crew. But before we get to all that jazz, D4, what do the kind folks out there in the galaxy got to do?
You got to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, make sure you hit it right, so that you can stay notified when we upload. Because who knows when we upload, so please make sure to hit that.
Yes, that's the only way you're going to get exactly notified. But without further ado, this is a series review, so we will mention some spoilers. Obviously, we're not going to go in order because that is ridiculous. We're just gonna
too much work for this.
Yeah, it's too much work for our droid brains, and clearly the droids in this show. So we're basically just gonna go over everything we liked about this show, stuff we didn't like about this show, questions we have about what happened in the season finale. We say season. I don't know if there's gonna be a second season, but
they didn't announce like a second season.
No, there's a rumor, maybe. Because, children grow up really fast, so, like, Stranger Things, like, the problem with Stranger Things is each season they happen, like, a day after, but they shoot it, like, 3 years after, and they look like giant adults, even though they're playing, like, children, so.
That's not good.
That was the problem with the Stranger Things. The kids get old really quickly, and these kids are already a lot older than they look like in the show. So if they do a season 2, it's probably going to be, like, a time skip.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, or like in the movie, the alleged movie. But also we're gonna talk a little bit of some Star Wars news in this show. But of course, if you haven't seen any of the Skeleton Crew, particularly episode, was it 8? It was 8, right?
Yes, I believe. Yeah, 8.
8. The real heroes leave now because this is a spoiler review. D4. I love this show.
This show is such a refreshing thing after that other show happened.
We will not speak of the wokeness of that said show. Even though, surprisingly, I'm showing it to Elaine, and she is surprisingly, maybe like is a strong word, but she is not bored of the show. She's asking a lot of questions, and she seems like engaged.
Well, if you don't know anything about Star Wars, it is a pretty decent show. I mean, it's not the best.
I guess,
but it's okay.
In my mind, I was like, even if I didn't know anything about Star Wars, I just thought, like, writing-wise, it wasn't the best.
It's kind of stupid.
Yeah, it wasn't the best, but I'm not gonna lie, watching it with her makes me have not a newfound love of it, but, like, I don't know if appreciation is the right word. But,
it's like...
I'm not hating it.
It's okay if you turn your brain off, really.
Yeah, I'm literally...
if you turn your brain off and you forgot it was Star Wars, it's okay.
Yeah, and that's literally what I'm doing. I'm turning my brain maximum off on that show. But this show, like every week, I'm so excited for a new episode that comes out. And God, I love this show. This goes back to the classic kid on adventure, whimsical, the galaxy is new, And it literally is new because
Yeah.
we've never been to and we've never been to this corner of the
Never
galaxy.
heard of no Adam.
Love him at 733.
droids.
That's one. You know what's the funny thing I was thinking about too? Like, no matter how people think about the shows and all the shows, Disney always gets the droids right, except for Acolyte. That was the only time when they made a droid.
Oh, the little. I don't even know, like freaking.
I call him Game Boy
little
droid.
Game Boy device.
That OSHA had. He wasn't bad. He was just whatever.
Yeah,
but
it really had no personality.
no, because it
Yeah.
couldn't speak, and it was literally just like a pocket handheld device, and then her twin sister deleted all his personality anyway.
I mean, still one of the best characters.
Yeah.
Though.
Of the show?
Yeah.
Yeah. And SM33 of this show, just like all the other droids, they don't miss with the droids.
Hell no.
And this droid, the minute he showed up, old, clunky, beat up pirate droid, and he has one eye, he's big and clunky.
And he's got a little animal.
He got a little rodent living in his eyes.
Gotta love a rodent.
Man, but he could box, and man, he loves those children. I love how the whole show is about pirate code. They're always doing pirate code. And at the end, when John Nawood, if that's even his real name, was invoking the captain's rule to claim the ship, and then Fern, the older girl, was like, I unclaim she's a ship, and I claim it for children. He's like, you know what, that's close enough. Because he just really liked the
He
children.
was literally find any way to just like hit this guy.
Yeah.
Like,
He was like, I
I
don't
want
vibe
to
with
choke
you.
this man so bad.
He's like, but I gotta follow the code. I'm a droid. I gotta follow my programming. But he's like, but I think I love the kids a little more. And he just bashed his head in. And I love most of the kids. Wim.
What, isn't it Wham?
No, it's Wim.
It's Wim?
Yeah, we said his name wrong in our first review of episode 1 and 2. It's Wim. I rewatched it and with subtitles because I heard other reviews talk about him. I'm like, oh, his name's not Wham. It's Wim.
Wim?
Wim, Neil, KB, and Fern. Wim.
Oh.
So I apologize, Wim, for getting your
Whoops.
name wrong. That is my fault. Wim is probably the least likable character
I agree.
because despite everything, them almost dying a bunch of times, them going through this whole adventure that he wanted, every time it's time for him to go home, I want to go home.
Like, I get it. It's boring, but like,
I gotta take assessment.
some people need to see their families.
Literally, your friends have families and loved ones they want to go back to. If you want to keep going on your adventure, that's fine. But they want to go home. Stop
You
crying
almost got them like killed
multiple times.
multiple times.
Stop
really.
crying. Why are you crying? Because listen, I get it. Children are selfish. Children don't think about the big picture a good chunk of the time. But it's like, come on, buddy. They're all excited to go home, and you're like, I don't want to go home. We could take a
Listen,
assessment.
you had a great adventure.
He literally got to go to a whole pleasure world and meet a bunch of pirates and see treasure and touch a lightsaber.
Pleasure World is definitely
Well, okay, maybe not pleasure world. I say pleasure world because, like, what do you call a world with like a bunch of spas and 5-star treatment?
relaxing retreat.
Pleasure world.
A relaxing retreat.
Pleasure world.
Okay, a pleasure world.
We'll
go with pleasure
Is that
world.
not pleasurable?
Yes, it's a pleasurable world.
You get to see a hut eat, a servant. Like that's pleasurable.
Multiple times.
Yeah, multiple times. I would say that's very pleasurable. And they had pleasure yachts on that planet. Pleasure yachts.
Yeah, pleasure.
And we know what goes on in those
Yachts.
pleasure yachts. But we can't tell them because they're children.
Alright.
But I love all the kids. I think my favorite kid is Neil. Neil is so freaking cute.
I remember when I first saw him, I thought he looked creepy.
Yeah, you were not alone. I also thought he was a little weird.
Like, he kind of looked kind of like, like that booba kind of like children's show.
like old
kinda,
school Teletubby looking.
A little scary. But like, the more he yapped, the more cuter he
I
got.
know. Oh my! The way his little snout will like move
Little
up
trunk.
and down. His little trunk. Oh my god! He is the kindest person on that show. Especially the episode where they go to Akron when they meet those like distraught military children.
Yeah.
And maybe his kindness to that girl would show her a better way of leading that planet to look more like
That would make sense for something happening in season 2, because I feel like to just leave that whole thing with all those planets that are similar, I mean, to leave that out, that's weird.
That's true, and we only saw 2 of them.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of them, so I'm like, there's no way. I mean, they could just throw it away, but like, why?
But okay, so here's my question to you then. So all these planets they say is in line with the old Republic, and at Akron, if you remember when they went to that planet, it has literally the same type of layout as Akron, except it's all beat up, and it had those the barrier things around that planet, but it was already destroyed. That's why I guess the planet was like raided by a bunch of people. So if all these planets, let's assume they all have the same type of barrier, and it's all part of, because they call it the Republic. They don't ever say the New Republic. And clearly, as we saw, the kids didn't know a galactic civil war was happening. So all of these people, at least the children, I think the adults knew what was going on in the outside world.
I believe they did.
Yeah, which is why they were so hell-bent and like, no, we gotta keep the barrier because like the world is outside is crazy. But do you think, because we saw the supervisor in the end of it just ended up being a giant mainframe supercomputer droid.
Yeah, with absolute no protection, so I could just put my freaking knife and it'll blow up.
Not only does it blow up, it blew up the entire planetary electrical grid system. Like, everything was linked, including the security droids, was linked to that.
Really, just go up there with a baseball bat and it's
bash
finished.
it. Like, what is it? Because the supervisor, I think, had access to not the supervisor, the Fern's mom. I can't remember her role. I think she had access to like go up there. So what if she just had a bad day, took a baseball bat and just said, "I'm just destroying everything,"
but
and the whole system goes down?
And the whole system goes down. That's how you said it. The whole system goes.
That was the worst system I've ever seen in my entire life.
Nah, that's crazy. So I'm assuming, because we're asking Sid, we're like, a droid runs this whole thing. He's like, yeah, that makes sense. Peace. But like, who made the droid? Who made this droid? What is the great work? Because we're talking about it. They have all these money, all these credits. But what's the purpose of these credits? It has to be going to something.
Season 2. There you go.
I mean, okay. See, okay, then let me know your opinion. What do you think it's going to? Because we haven't seen and again, time is a funny thing because they made episode 7 way back in the past before they even had the idea of Skeleton Crew. So during Ray's time, obviously there's no hint of any of this stuff going on. So what do you think that we might see in a season 2 or movie with Dave Filoni with?
It's obviously all going to the Great Droid War. Get ready, guys.
You think that's where it's going?
Yep, that's the next movies. It's the droid war.
If we have a droid war, we better have better droids than those scrawny camcorder looking
they were
things.
funding better droids. It was just not there.
It was not there on the money planet.
Yeah.
That
they have to keep it low key. Yeah.
Low key.
Yeah.
I would think you'd have the baddest droids on the planet with infinite wealth.
That would make it too obvious.
Really?
Yeah.
So one random Vulcan Jedi Padawan.
It's time for the droids to rise up, quite honestly.
They weren't rising to nothing. The
abuse has happened for too long, so they're about to rise up.
I would love to see that, but they better get some better droids, like B1 units, to come in there. They
have to just put, like, the trash, like, there, and put the real ones somewhere else.
The real ones?
Yeah.
I really hope. If we're going to a droid war...
And then they're gonna have Robot Palpatine, and he'll return, guys.
I'm not gonna lie. When I heard the supervisor, I'm like, that's not Palpatine's voice, is it?
Yeah, he's coming back as Droid Palpatine in the next movies, guys.
Listen, let him rest.
He has returned.
Let him die. He's
coming back.
No, he's not coming back. He has to leave him dead in the ground where he belongs. He's old and he's tired.
Don't worry, they will make an AI of him.
God, I was literally afraid that's where it's
going. They're gonna do it.
No, they're not. They can't.
Get ready.
They can't, because I don't think he knew of that. Well, he knew of the planet, but I don't think he knew where it was or how to even get in there. So I don't think he has any association with that planet whatsoever.
Just wait.
Although the droid didn't know the Jedi were traitors. You remember when Jedi's like, I'm a Jedi, he's like, well, they're all traitors to the Republic, so are you a traitor?
AI Palpatine.
But like, how would it know that?
Because it's AI Palpatine.
I really hope not.
So it's time for him to return,
oh
guys.
my god! If it's AI Palpatine,
Leave a comment if you're ready for AI Palpatine.
No, if it's AI Palpatine, I would literally lose my mind in the wrong way. Please don't let it
Get
be
ready.
that. Listen, Dave Filoni's on these projects. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna make AI Palpatine.
It's time for the AI.
No,
That's the next three movies.
No,
It's all AI, guys.
I refuse. Also, did you hear the rumor that Jabba's son's returning
Returning where?
to the Mando movie? Jabba's son will be returning to Star Wars. I don't know where he's been.
Is he being the main character?
If he's being the main
Yeah,
character,
is he the main character now?
technically yes.
Oh, damn.
I think kinda. They're literally gonna run back basically what we saw in the Clone Wars movie. He needs protection, and Mando and Grogu will protect him from Embo. I don't know if you remember Embo. He was one of the bounty hunters in the Clone Wars with the hat that he would swing around like Captain America's shield.
I do vaguely remember that.
Yeah, remember me? Yeah, Embo allegedly will be the main bad guy of the Mando movie. So
That's an interesting take. Okay.
yeah, I don't know, for a movie.
Yeah, so that is one interesting choice for a movie.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm vibing with the premise, because one, I mean, if it's done the right way, it could be cool. Because I don't know, Jabba's son, because he was, I mean, Hutts are like Grogu, so I think he was like 50 in the Clone Wars, but he was a baby.
Yeah.
So this would be what? This would be like 20, almost 30 years. So shit, he should still be like a child.
Like toddler child?
Yeah, he should be like a kid. So I don't know if he's running any gangster enterprise or how like
preschool gangster?
preschool but like it would be funny too if like he comes out nice because of his quote unquote
shocking.
impersonation of the Jedi being with him, Anakin and Ahsoka being with him, and he kind of like low-key saw that and became like a nice Hut. That would be actually surprising.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see, because we did see a Hut in Skeleton Crew, bathing in the pleasure planet.
In the pleasure planet.
Yeah, he was having his free lunch of the people serving him. We don't know what Hut this was, and in the comics, the Hutts are literally all slaughtered by Vader, except for well, not all the Hutts. The Hutt Council was slaughtered by Vader, so that's why Jabba became the most powerful Hutt in the galaxy. But we saw in Boba Fett, the Hutts are still there, being gangsters.
Still being gangsters.
So I'm assuming this is all because Ja at the end of Skeleton Crew, we don't see him die. He just looks out into the window, like with the feet, but also a sense of like, what's the word I'm looking for? A sense of peace.
It's like
calm.
But he probably might still escape.
I think so, because one, he's force sensitive. Yeah. Two, we now know that he was trained. He's like Ezra Bridger and Baylan Skoll's apprentice in Ahsoka. He's a Boken Jedi where after Order 66, a random Jedi survived, found this force-sensitive child in the wilderness, trained them, then got themselves killed, and left the kid alone to fend for himself.
Well, we all know if there's a season 2, we already know Wim is gonna get trained. I don't know why.
You think he's gonna be trained to be a Jedi?
Because it always like Jedi.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know, now that Sabine can use the Force,
Honestly,
everything's off the table.
I don't know how old he is, but clearly,
I think he's like 9.
If he's 9, perfect, because that's just enough time. Like, if Sabine could do it, oh yeah, Wim could do it. Definitely.
So you think Wim is gonna be a Jedi?
Well, maybe Jedi.
Okay. I like where this theory is going. I mean,
it makes sense. They keep alluding to it over and over again.
True, with him wielding the lightsaber at the end. That would be pretty cool to see him be a Jedi. Like, he finally gets to live out his dream. I think he's definitely gonna be something, because at the end when he looks up into when the New Republic ships are coming in, I think he's gonna be part of the fleet or something. Like, he's gonna join. Yeah. He's gonna join like the pilot crew or something.
He's definitely not gonna be a Jedi, but he's gonna be like similar to kind of like how the guy is.
Oh, Ja.
Yeah, Ja.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be. That'd be very fulfilling to see. But even though he's my least favorite character, I don't know if I want him to become a Jedi because I know that's just gonna end bad for him.
It usually does.
That's just gonna end bad. He will get murdered some which way or form if he goes down that path.
Yeah.
Because again,
oh no, he's gonna become like an explorer. No matter what occupation he's doing, he's gonna be exploring.
Yeah, because now that they destroyed the barrier of Aten, the galaxy is open wide for them.
They're definitely gonna make another season because it got positive, reviews.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many open-ended things.
I saw on the podcast though, this Skeleton Crew had the worst opening viewership in its first week than the Acolyte.
It makes sense because with how infamous Acolyte was.
Yeah, I think people
they already
kind
of had. This is gonna be trash.
Right.
Yeah.
And the trailers really didn't do the show any justice.
No, it looked terrible.
No, the trailer.
That first trailer looked absolutely.
Yeah, like I don't know what because usually the one thing I can always give Star Wars shows is whoever cuts their trailers for Star Wars should be awarded like an Oscar because they cut those trailers so good. The trailers itself could be like a movie.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the Skeleton Crew, I think they're trying to target it too much towards kids. Now it is a show for kids. Don't get me wrong. But
yeah, but they did a good job still including like adult themes and jokes.
Yeah, like when first of all, they're talking about the concubine and they're like, what's a concubine? He's like, okay, story time's over. And when like the wolf guy gets caught in the crane machine arm, and he just looks at him and he shoots him. Like there's already some dark moments when he floods the whole
even
base.
like in the beginning where, we literally had kind of like that strip club kind of thing.
Oh yeah, where they're like yeah, we probably shouldn't go in there.
It's like, yeah, there's a lot of adult jokes, and they did it pretty good.
They did it pretty good and subtle. So, like, adults could watch this, but it's a lot of the messaging is really geared towards kids.
Yeah.
And honestly, to be honest,
kids,
adults,
teens, really.
adults could do those messages too, because like the whole conversation KB had with Fern about like accepting that others can't do what you can do and accepting others' weaknesses and their strengths. A lot of adults could really use some of that.
Oh yeah.
Some of that lesson in real life.
And some kids too with the empathy epidemic.
Oh
currently.
my god, kids these days they hate being. It's
like
not cool to be empathetic.
Empathy.
They all want to be a bunch of fake gangsters.
They like everyone's trying too much to be cool and not to look like a follower.
Mm-hmm. And they don't want to love what they love because it's not
they're
cool.
doing that. They end up being a follower anyways.
Everyone they have all the same hairstyles. They wear the same clothes. They walk the same way.
Do the same products.
Same products.
And if you don't have that product, oh god forbid, you're gonna get bullied to death.
That is the epitome of groupthink.
But then they keep thinking they're individuals.
No.
So.
No.
This has some good themes like. Don't be following. Everyone's different.
Everybody's different. No matter how much you think it's uncool or quirky, like it's cool to be you, and that's what I like about all the kids. They are vastly different.
Yeah, they're
from one
all
another.
different from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And notice how KB had 2 moms.
Yeah.
Now you know what was good about that? They didn't zoom in on the camera and they say, "Here's your 2 mothers." They didn't make a whole big speech. That was just her mom's.
Yeah,
that
it should just be natural.
Yes.
Yeah.
Acolyte. That is how you do wokeness right. When you don't rub in people, it just is. That's what it is.
Yeah, it was perfect. Like,
why couldn't they just fall? I'm so mad that the Acolyte couldn't be this show because the Acolyte had Jedi and Force users. Why couldn't
just everything felt forced in Acolyte, but in here everything feels like natural. Like this is just how it is.
It's part of the galaxy. You know what's funny? Because Dave Filoni didn't write this show, I don't think, but he's a producer of the show, and Skeleton Crew like mixes with his grand vision of this movie war he's gonna do with Thrawn. And one thing I realized, and one of the podcasts I listened to say that Dave Filoni shouldn't be writing or be a part of it because it's too kiddish and they want more Andor stuff. Mm-hmm. And I hear that, but also Dave Filoni understands George Lucas the best, and everything that he besides Resistance, I still say he had nothing to do with Resistance. He just put his name on it for some reason. We don't talk about that. That everything he's involved with ends up being a really good quality show. Like, you can't really hate on the show. Yes, it has its faults, like all shows do, but at the end of the day, they're good Star Wars content.
You know, it's good for kids, it's good for adults. So
Yeah.
I think they did a good job on tying both.
I think they did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Like the visuals look fantastic, the effects look great. I love the puppetry. Some of the puppetry.
Oh, the puppetry! I love they brought back the puppetry.
Oh my! SM33 was like basically a whole puppet. I know he was real, like in the thing. He's a whole puppet, and that looks so cool.
Yeah, I'm glad they're kind of bringing back like the puppetry and like using real stuff instead of just making everything effects.
Yeah, because you really see the charm.
Yeah, I really like that. I know some people find that cheesy, but I think it makes it feel more.
It makes it Star Wars
personal.
When you watch Episode 4 A New Hope and you go into that bar scene, those are all practical puppetry and
it just
people,
makes it more fun.
Yeah, it makes, like, can you imagine you're just a kid and SM33 is literally there, like, clunking around and like, hey kids, like, that's so cool. It's literally like you're on a Disney ride.
Yeah, and it's like it
acting.
can be easily translated to like actual like in a park, which I wish, you know, the Star Wars park wasn't just stuck in one era.
You know damn well I would love to get a whole pirate themed Star Wars.
I really wish
park.
they would like kind of have like kind of a moving, changing kind of thing. For
They
the
really
park.
could change it. I don't know why they're so hell bent on
kind of
like
a carnival,
yes,
but like make it Star Wars.
right. And every few months you change into a different theme.
And a few months takes too much. Maybe every year. It could be
Every year, yeah, I'll do
Yeah.
that. Just so every year you have something to look forward
Yeah.
to. I really don't know why they're so hell bent on keeping this park.
No, they
on
really.
this one planet.
I really wish they would just kind of branch out to different, you know,
Bro,
areas of Star Wars.
They're literally missing out on so much money. You literally could I know it's expensive, but your parks make the most money for you. And can you imagine like the level of people you will get to go in your parks if 1 year it's prequel theme, another year's original theme.
You just kind of have to like
pirate theme.
set it up carnival, kind of like
Yes,
like have a lot of moving parts instead of like stable parts.
like and stuck between episodes. That's so weird decision. Stuck between episode 8 and 9.
Yeah,
I was like, why? This park's not canon. This park is you're not in Star Wars. This park is not canon.
But technically, the real park is Star Wars Celebration, since it celebrates all eras of Star Wars.
Which I'm very hyped that we're going to Japan.
Yeah, as long as
this year
it doesn't get canceled because of, you know, life.
No. I paid for the tickets already. We're going to Japan. One way or another, you have to smuggle ourselves on a boat.
Listen, I'm just talking about freaking and all kinds of flu and stuff.
Oh God, Jesus!
I just closing borders.
D4, no.
Just say that they are going to close, so that doesn't happen.
The world is gonna close because of this new flu that's going around.
Okay, there we go. Great. It's not gonna happen.
I will literally cry myself to the grave if that's the scenario. We've been looking forward to this for a good while. We need to go to this damn celebration in Japan. So I refuse, and I would love to see some of the scouting crew people there.
Oh, definitely, they're gonna be there since it got like, you know.
I hope it gets because allegedly I'm watching this podcast and he says that the numbers aren't great for the skeleton crew, but
maybe give it some time.
But the reviews are good. Like critics and fans are loving the show.
Yeah,
but,
I think it's just a lot of people kind of like, you know, after Acolyte they like, you know, unsubscribe from Disney Plus. So
or just
there's
stop
gonna be
watching
like
Star Wars in general.
Or just stop watching Star Wars.
But I feel like you hear all the good like word about this show, and you'd be like, no, let me go check this out.
It's gonna gain some numbers after a while.
I think so. I think after this is one of the shows where like over time it's just gonna get better and better.
Not a hype thing when it comes out, but it's gonna like gradually, you know, get some decent numbers.
So where do you think the children are gonna go? You think Wim's gonna be a Jedi / pilot,
Yeah.
What do you think KB is gonna do? And Fern and Neil. What do you think they're gonna be?
KB. I think because she seems to really like to be around women, his adventures. So I think she kind of will stick around in the same kind of thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, she'll be with Wim. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. She reminds me more of you. Every time I watch KB, I'm like, this reminds me of you.
It makes sense.
She had like the same kind of like little smirk, and she has a whole vibe. I'm like, that would be a good cosplay for you.
She is pretty. I'm a kid now.
Yeah, that'd be a very fun.
Well,
cosplay.
maybe if she becomes a teenager, that would be easier for me to cosplay since I do still look like a freaking teenager.
You look like a woman. Who said you look like a teenager?
Multiple people.
Then those multiple people are blind.
Bro, I literally went to the hospital and they thought I was like 16.
Really?
Yeah, and they literally didn't even ask for my ID. Because if you're 18 over, you have to do like picture and then put it on your thing.
Yeah.
They thought I was 16.
Come in, child.
According to some people, I look like a teenager.
That's crazy. Maybe because I just know you, that I know that's not the fact.
I think it's just because you know me.
But I find if I looked at you and see how you talk and stuff, I'd be like, yeah, she at least like 19 minimum.
No, everyone keeps thinking I'm 16, 17.
Well, don't worry. KB will. The next time we see KB, she'll have to be a teenager. Cause I think the kids in real life are 13. I want to say 13. Maybe. Especially the girls. I think the girls are like 13. The kids are probably like the boys.
Yeah,
are like 10
the
or
boys
11.
are definitely younger.
Yeah. So the next time we see season 2, depending on when they start filming, cause we don't know. We know that Mando and Grogu is supposed to come out next year. Allegedly. Although
they're definitely a Star Wars celebration. They're gonna big time talk about that.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna announce like stuff that's going on with that. But I heard rumors that if that movie doesn't do good, I think they're gonna make it. They're gonna put it back. I forgot what the words the podcast guy was saying, but they're gonna make it. They're basically gonna scrap Star Wars movies and put it back on television.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But like,
because they're like trying to dabble their toes after a long time of their bad movie reputation.
It's only bad because you don't know where you're going with it.
Correct, because they had like different people doing different things.
Like if I told you to write a script, I don't know what you're writing. You were just writing a script.
Yeah.
And then they say, all right, this is what Daniel wrote. You write a script. And I decide, you know what? I don't like what Daniel wrote, so I'm going to kind of slightly wreck on it. Then they pass on to Sydney and say, write a script. And so he's like, you know what? I don't like what either of them wrote, and I'm just going to do my own thing. That's why it failed. You were supposed to have one through line vision. You could get other directors to have their takes on like how it's supposed to be shot or how it looks and the vibe of the film. But you're supposed to have like one guy to write the through line and stick to it. I don't know why they don't, like, billion-dollar company don't understand. That is the crux of why people don't like the sequels. It wasn't that they're, quote, I've seen worse films by far.
Yeah,
they're not bad films. They're visually probably the most impressive films that ever existed. And, like, the acting in those films are generally good to above par. The problem is, you didn't know what you were doing. And that's the problem people have with these stories. You don't know where you're doing because you're just like, all right, well, let's just give Leslie Headland Acolyte. And where's that going to go? I don't know. Just do it because figure it out. And then
definitely some AI usage in there, definitely.
Bro, that's the problem. You need a vision. So, like, just like how Marvel did in their first 10 years up to Infinity War, they knew exactly where they were going. You have to have that format for all the shows / alleged movies.
Nah, I'm just going to make it up as I go.
That's how you fail.
So
that's how you fail. Cause like that's why I love Dave Filoni. As much as people say it's too kiddish and it needs to be more Andor like Star Wars, all this Star Wars knows where it's going. They're all connected. Rebels, Clone Wars, Ahsoka, Boba Fett, Mando. They all connect. As much as maybe you have criticism, they all connect. They all make sense.
So I mean, as long as they put it, they're all in this movie, which I'm
well, they Filoni on it, so it can't. It literally cannot fail.
And you know,
it can't fail.
And Grogu's very popular with people, even people who don't care about Star Wars. Mm-hmm. So I mean, you know,
who do you think is cuter, Grogu or Neil?
Damn. Oh.
Now.
Uh,
Before I would have said Grogu in a heartbeat. And I still might go Grogu. But Neil is out there boxing up there with cute character of the decade. Cause
yeah,
he's
I think
adorable
Grogu
little
wins by
cheeks.
like this much.
Grogu?
Yeah, I think he wins by like this much, but I've known Grogu for longer.
And he's tinier, so that kind of makes like he's nice purse size, so that kind of makes him a little more. But Neil, can you even tell? Remember in the episode when they went on that at Akron and the girl's dad give him a little pinch on the cheeks. I think literally they just saw it and like, "I'll pinch you on the big puffy cheeks."
So
I'm not gonna lie though, his siblings, the babies. His baby siblings that the dad was carrying. I'm not gonna lie, I think they might be Grogu. If they had more screen time, cause they're adorable as hell. His little baby.
if they made a little kind of like the Grogu you have,
oh my god.
would you buy it?
If they made Neil's siblings like literally like this size and they could make noise, I would give them all my money.
They might do it.
I
might do it.
I would literally give them all my money if they could make literally
We'll see.
because God, I love his family. I love the whole aesthetics of that show. Even the suburban planet wasn't that bad at the end. Like it kind of fit in with everything that was going on.
Because it makes sense because it's like completely separate from everything else, so it would make sense that it looks different from everything else.
looks vastly different from
Oh,
everything else.
vastly.
Although I feel like all the planets, because even on Akron, it had the same aesthetic of just beat up and war torn.
Yeah.
So do you think all the other planets have the same?
Yeah, the
look?
same aesthetic. Yeah.
Oh, you think so? So
Yeah.
how the suburban?
They just have like similar aesthetics, just kind of different.
I'm so curious though. Then, because it's part of the Republic. Do you think a Jedi runs it?
A Jedi.
Or a Force wielding person? Because when John showed that lightsaber to the parents, they weren't phased by it. And then when he said I'm a Jedi emissary, none of them were phased that he was a Jedi.
That you're not wrong. That is kind of weird that they weren't shocked by that.
Yeah. So do you think?
Or it could have just been they were so happy to see their children they weren't even thinking about that.
This is fair. They could have been like, my kids.
They're
are
like,
like,
my kids. They're not even thinking about this. They're like, yeah, that makes sense. Of course, yeah. Jedi emissary.
Yeah, like, oh.
So I think it literally goes either way. Really.
I think so too, because I was literally paying attention. You probably weren't paying attention to it, but in Fern's, I think in her mom's house and in her office, there's like artwork.
Yeah.
And it's like two people on each side looking like they're praising, I guess, what would be the supervisor. And I was thinking, is that Old Republic art of like a Force user ruling the planet? Like, I'm always looking at the background art because I remember in the Clone Wars in Duchess Sastine's planet, all that crazy Van Gogh looking artwork on her wall was like the history of the Mandalorians against the Jedi with Dave Filoni. So I'm always looking at the art in the background, like, what does that mean? So in my opinion, I think, but I don't know how it would link up to anything, but I think like there is like a Force wielding leader of the system of planets.
And they're the greater whatever.
I don't know what the great work is, but I'm assuming.
Are they the great work?
I think they might be the great work, or they're trying to do something of the great work.
Are they creating the great work?
I think they are creating the great work. Now, for what purpose, I don't know. And will this go against what Thrawn has in plan for the galaxy? Does this go against
Whatever it is, needs a lot of funding.
It's another thing, D4. The New Republic found a planet with infinite wealth, and they still get wiped out by the First Order. Now, you explain
Because
to me.
it gets used for something. It gets used for the greater good.
For what?
We'll
They
see.
cut their military in half. And then the First Order used that to blow them to smithereens. Where did that money go? Just like the Acolyte.
The pleasure planet.
Where the money go?
The
Because
pleasure planet.
it didn't go to the budget plan of the New Republic.
Pleasure planet.
It went all to the pleasure planet.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That planet, besides that mud bath, looked very pleasurable.
Yeah, they made a bunch of pleasure planets.
That's where all the infinite credits went to.
And then they had therapy robots.
You know damn well those therapy robots do not work. We've seen their therapy in that.
Well, they think it works. They think it works.
Those therapy robots would make you want to get actual therapy.
And then they spend it on modern art sculptures, abstract.
You know, you say this as a joke, but I fully believe that they would blow this on that kind of BS. Which is why angry baby Kylo Ren took over the galaxy so damn. I every time because it's funny, and I can't remember which.
It's because he had a freaking robot as a therapist.
Who what's it, that scientist from the Mando?
Like, imagine having a robot therapist. You're gonna go crazy.
Okay, but it's different though. If you have like say R2 or like
that's different. Those are the homies.
Yeah, that's good therapy. Yeah. C3PO would be bad therapy. But if you had like...
Oh, God. I would literally just be like, my therapy is leaving this.
Stop talking and let me go. I don't care how much languages you speak. Shut up.
Lord have mercy.
Shut up about the odds.
I would need therapy if I went to therapy with him.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you know why I'm here? Because of this damn protocol droid. He won't shut up. But all the other... like droids and I lost my train of thought before.
What are we talking about?
Oh my god, I lost my train of thought. Hold on. Talk to the audience. Hold on. I'm searching like SM33.
He's currently rebooting.
Searching.
I forgot.
Searching. Oh yes, we're talking about the state of the galaxy. So I'm trying to. I'm really trying to link this all up because there's also, I don't know if you saw the news, there's also because we know Balin Skull's actor died,
yes.
Ray Stevenson. They replaced him with this guy from Game of Thrones. Apparently they were good friends. The image they used from him in Game of Thrones, he doesn't look very good, but I'm pretty sure with some hairdo and some little makeup, he'll look relatively similar to that Balin Skull because they had to continue his story. In Ahsoka season 2, because he literally is on the statue of like the father.
Yeah, that would be weird, and it's like, okay, that's all of him.
Yeah, they gotta show that. Also, I don't know if you saw that, but there's rumors that we're gonna see Anakin and Ahsoka again, but like Clone Wars version of them, and Obi-Wan.
What?
We're gonna see all of them in their Clone Wars get-up live action, rumored in Ahsoka season 2.
That would be
like Ian McGregor in the Clone Wars Obi-Wan get up. He literally been asking about this for maybe 10 years now.
Maybe the wish finally come true.
Oh my god, I know it's gonna be a flashback or a force vision. If it has to do with the father and son, maybe they might actually do that whole Mortis arc again, but in live action.
Could be. I mean, it was pretty significant. So
it wasn't because like they didn't forget, but like they all chucked up to like a dream. But it was so important because
it was like the most significant event that happened
ever. Because if the son escaped that realm of Mortis, he was going to be as dangerous, if not worse, than Palpatine. His father at least said he could wreck the fabric of time and space. Like, he would have been a menace. He was literally the embodiment of the dark side.
Yeah.
And now we might get his mother, which you remember seeing her. Abeloth, remember that creepy ass creature I showed you on Google? The one with all the giant teeth and stuff. That might be what we get in Ahsoka season 2. Because there's a father, son, and daughter, but there had to be a mother.
Looking cute.
Oh, D4, I don't know what you.
Trust me, people are gonna have crushes on her.
You're not wrong, but like, oh my god, like that's the most hideous, most disgusting, most vile, most evil-looking character I've ever seen in any lore, and that was just a picture. Oh my! If they run that D4, this will be the first Star Wars horror movie content we'll ever see.
Yeah, basically.
Besides watching Resistance and the Acolyte.
That's a different kind of horror.
Those are different types of horror.
That's worse.
So, I just like Skeleton Crew. I love this show so much.
It's just lighthearted. You can just watch it with anyone.
You can watch it with anyone. You can watch it with your kids. You can watch it by yourself.
Non-Star Wars fans.
You can watch it with non-Star Wars fans. Like, anybody. I I will challenge the person. Who actually shows up and does not like this show.
The only person I could really imagine is someone who just doesn't like kids. It like in general, like they can't even stand seeing.
Well, you don't like kids and you like the show.
No, like they like really, really, really hate kids. Like they don't want to see no damn kids.
You really, really, really don't like kids.
I don't.
And you like the show.
There's a difference between really hating them and disliking them.
So you just dislike them.
Yes, I don't hate them. I dislike them. That's the difference. Like some people will literally like not watch a show because they see a child.
Okay. I think you were for it. You really dislike children, but you don't hate them.
Yeah, because hate is like.
I hate.
It's like literally the Bart like.
Them, you're just like, well, I prefer them not to be here, but if they're gonna be here anyways, I might as well.
At least be good. Just be good.
They were all good. I don't know where these kids came up from, but they were all fantastic.
Yes.
They were all like these children actors. I just really hope, and so far, I'm glad that none of them are getting hate on the internet, because you could a lot like God save baby Anakin, Jake Lloyd, because he went down a wrong path. I think he's getting better now, but Lord knows when those kids get berated by negativity on something that's supposed to be fun, it really could affect their entire future going forward. But I'm glad these kids are not experiencing any of that.
Like that is happening, I guess.
No.
I mean, I guess it was just a different time where,
Well, it's funny because I don't think the kids were bullying him. I think the old people were bullying him. The people who grew up in the 70s.
I feel like both, quite honestly.
Yeah. I mean, man, if I was his friend, I'm like, man, you were in Star Wars?
No, because like
You're
back
Anakin?
then, like geeky stuff and nerdy stuff was really seen negatively.
But when Phantom Menace came out, everybody wanted to go see that. Everybody. You telling me they're picking on the pop culture, like, mainstream?
Yeah.
That's crazy. You're literally the chosen one. You are Jesus Christ. You're a space Jesus.
They didn't care.
You're a space Jesus and nobody
didn't
cares.
care.
That's crazy. I can't. I literally can't fathom that. Even if I made a bad, quote unquote, bad Star Wars show, I'm like, man, you guys can say whatever you want. I'm in Star Wars.
True.
Especially now with all the effects and stuff. Like they see everything that we see on the screen. They're pretty much seeing on the set, because like the volume makes all those like hyperspace travels and they see all of that stuff like on set.
Bro, I'm
which
sure
is so
even
cool.
being a janitor there is cool.
I know. Oh my
Like it might
god.
really suck to clean up, but at least it looks cool.
Bro, and you see everything. You gotta sign an NDA, but you see everything. Oh my god. How do I become a janitor? On Lucasfilm. Oh my god. I can't, like, if California doesn't set itself on fire completely.
Oh, California.
I'm glad my friend's doing okay. Angel, he says he's good. He's in the city. But the rest of the outskirts of California is on fire.
Oh my god.
And I heard rumors that it was a scheme to make an AI land.
AI land?
My boss told me that, and I mentioned that to Tori, and he said they tried something like that. Where he said in Hawaii, where they were talking about making like a complete AI land or something like that, and then the next day like a natural disaster or something happened to wipe out like a whole place. I told Tori that sounds like a stretch, but I wouldn't put it past the uber rich people, because someone set the fires. Like, whether it was just I want to set fire to California, or like, why don't we just wreck a bunch of land so that we have room to try to test out this AI land?
That would be complete insanity.
It'd be like Anne, run by AI.
Oh no. Okay, so we're getting into real
Come
life
on, I
now.
knew I was going somewhere with this.
That was a segue.
Come on, man, run by the supervisor.
Yeah, and it's gonna have like scrawny little robot guards.
Well, maybe we might do a little better in that department. We've seen Elon Musk droids. They're a little more thick. They move kind of the same way, but they
Like topple them over.
like dominoes, or if they work too hard, they're gonna throw the box down and quit.
They're like, you know what? Forget this. I don't want to protect this anymore. I'm leaving.
I would really love to see
I'm
it.
gonna walk my robot dogs.
Yeah, like Goddard. You're gonna have Goddard on the streets.
Little robot dog.
Oh my! If we get an actual airline D4, that might be good. We might actually get peace.
Maybe Droidland, not AI Land.
I would love a droid land. Oh my god! Make this
No, instead we get like the little droids that are like dead.
bro. The
We
little,
get the freaking droid graveyard where they're like
oh, I love them too, but like, why can't we just have a bunch of them just roaming around and all the
too
different
expensive.
Maybe we don't waste money on a hotel that costs $3,000 a night to stay at, and probably costs 10 times that much to stay open before you have to cancel it. Maybe you'll have money to save
It's almost
for.
like when you don't like, you know, let everyone kind of come in. You know, it's not very profitable.
Yeah. That's like
Kinda crazy.
That's like if only the rich people could go into Disneyland. Disney will close as quick as it opened. Like and that's the thing too with Star Wars. It is not that hard to make money off of Star Wars.
Nah.
It is not like all you gotta do is don't piss off everybody.
Sounds hard.
And now it sounds hard, but it's not that hard. There's certain things that you could do that you should know won't piss off the fans, and there's certain things that you will do that you should know that will piss off the fans. Like putting the power of one at the end credit.
power of one.
That should have been someone in that room should have been
Power of
like, "Are you insane? You're gonna set their internet on fire."
And then, oh wow.
And if the creator of the show said, "Well, that's my plan. I want to set fire to the internet," you're out of here, because you know damn well what not to do and what to do with Star
I
Wars.
love my pop music.
Like you know what to do. It's you know when you go into a store to not take off your pants and shit in the aisle. You know how to do that, right?
I really hope I do.
Okay.
I really
so
hope I do.
Take that pop music. They took off their pants in Target and shit in the aisle. You know not to do that. No one has to tell you not to do that. You just know not to do that unless you're mentally ill. And even mentally ill people know not to do that.
Trust me, all mentally ill people came together and said no.
Exactly. Okay then. So it's not that hard. Make your Andors, make your Skeleton Crews, make your Mandos. These are what's gonna make us imagine it. Because literally, when I'm watching this show, Skeleton Crew, my imagination was like, I'm a kid again. I'm imagining everything. Like, even though Wim was my least favorite character, every time his eyes like lit up when they went somewhere new.
He's the most kid of the kids.
I said, I understand you. Like, he's shooting the little garbage thing. He's like, this thing's invincible. Like, he's playing a video game. Like, I fully understand that this is exciting, and I'd probably be doing the same thing, because this shit looks like a lot of fun, even though you're almost dying every week.
Basically.
So
But that's the adventure.
that is the adventure. This was a very fun adventure. And I'm sorry that we couldn't speak about it week to week. Like,
Yeah,
I
it was
planned
just
to do.
too many things. From health to life to work to everything.
Yeah, to everything D4 on
Yeah.
the team. But it's okay. We rise up stronger like SM33.
Also, Happy New Year's, guys.
Oh yeah! Oh my goodness! Happy New Year's! I don't think we told them Merry Christmas either. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas! Happy New
Year!
Year's.
All that jazz. I hope everybody's having.
January usually sucks, so let me wish you guys a good
'Cause
February.
We're going through it. California's going through it. The world seems
January
to be.
always sucks. Everyone dies in January.
Didn't Japan get hit by a tsunami last New Year's?
I can't remember what happened. I think it was an earthquake last year in January for Japan.
Why do we even
or
have
something
Why do we
like
even
that.
have January for the first?
January always sucks.
January sucks.
Natural disasters.
Oh my god.
It just like people everyone loves dies in January. January sucks. Okay, so let's hope for a good February, because
Yeah. Let's just survive January, y'all.
survive January and then
and-
we can get to the good luck in February.
Yeah, February is where we're gonna be really hooping. So I hope you guys are having a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed Skeleton Crew. You guys are gonna enjoy us. I swear, I promise, bro. I'm fighting life, and the way I could fight life, make it better if you guys are you come here with us. You subscribe to us. You listen to us. You give us comments. I love your comments. Again, I respond to every comment.
You can just say hi.
Even say hi. I respond to even the negative ones. And trust me, we've had a few negative ones. I respond to all of them because I just enjoy the interactiveness of our community. So, and I don't know if you saw on my schedule, I am attempting, keyword attempting, to stream this week.
Wait, what?
Also, she didn't see my schedule. I am attempting.
Yeah, I did not see the schedule.
To stream this week.
But wait, what?
Why did that hit me in my soul? With my PlayStation 5. I'm just gonna stream straight from the console.
But then last time it was like.
Well, last time it cut off like a minute in the stream. I didn't know no one was watching me stream when it wasn't working.
So it's not gonna go.
Well, listen. but yes, I am going to stream. And if anything goes wrong in my stream, I need one of y'all to let me know. Because I don't want to be streaming blind and like I'm just talking to myself and then all of a sudden nothing's playing. Stop blushing. You'll be alright. He's fine. I'm fine, you're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
There is no mercy. This is January. Mercy went through the window with all my information. I love you, Sydney. Sydney, I love you. He's out there diligently taking notes. Oh my goodness, you want a lot. Notes. Okay, well, God. All right. Well, D4, tell them to subscribe to our channel one more time before we get out of here.
Subscribe. We have a Spotify. I think you
I don't know. I might stop doing Spotify.
Okay, never mind. We don't have Spotify.
I don't think our Spotify. I don't think y'all listen to
that Spotify. Doesn't exist.
Like,
sorry, guys.
I don't think that. I think I might just stop that.
Okay, well, follow his Twitch. He's gonna attempt to stream. Maybe.
Yes. And Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, by the way. So that should be fun.
If you like that, stay tuned and follow his social media. Yeah. Because he posts when we post. So. Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna try. I can't because my damn Ethernet cable, when the lightning struck, it literally destroyed this connection to my PlayStation for some reason. But I think I could still use Streamlabs to record me playing games on my computer. So I think I might do that with me just playing certain games and upload it on either the Hamtainment or the D4 channel. That's what I was thinking of doing.
Oh, well, if it's Star Wars, D4. If it's anything else, Hamtainment.
Yeah, I almost finished with Outlaws, so maybe I might do the wild card DLC and stuff like that. So I might upload that, but I definitely will play some Star Wars: The Old Republic on there. Cause I got some new characters. Cause I want to replay the game again. So that's definitely gonna be like, I think the main video game I'm gonna play on there until like a new video game comes out.
Okay.
So keep an eye on that. I'm gonna try to do all that. See if it works. See if my computer doesn't blow up. But without further ado, D4, I appreciate you. As always, thank you for coming back on your health
back.
journey.
I'm back. Hi, guys.
She's back. I'm back. Sydney's back. We're all back, and we're trying to stay back. We're trying to fight January because this year, I don't know if I told y'all, but I'm planning to make $100,000, and I want to be monetized. I'm hooping this year. I'm telling you, I'm hooping this year. Even though it started off very not great, but I'm gonna hoop this year. I'm killing it in my soccer on the weekends because my brother gives off MVP trophies now, and I'm destroying everybody because I am the superior one. So I'm gonna do this for this channel. I'm gonna do it for my life, and I hope all of you guys are doing the same thing because I want all of you guys to hoop just as hard as I do. But without further ado, we'll see you guys next year. Next year? Jesus Christ. No, it's the evil in my brain. No. I'll see you again next time. I don't know why I said that. Don't listen to me. You'll see me again this year. You'll see me again later. And like the Skeleton Crew, don't let pirates invade your home for your infinite wealth.
Yar.
We'll see you guys next time. Peace.